Hello, welcome to Future Proof Plays. I'm going to hang out a bit to let folks filter in, but today I will be playing Quarantine Circular, which is a game by Mike Bithell, um, most famous for Thomas Was Alone, but also did an excellent game called Subsurface Circular, which is about subway robots on a robot subway, which is very good. This is very conversation focused. I'll note that, like, Mike Bithell was not the only person that worked on this. As with many games that, hello Avery. As with many games that are theoretically auteur works, there have been a lot of folks working on it. Another thing to note is that there's a streamer YouTuber note, that talks about how this is a mystery, and they request that if you really must share more than the first 3 sequences of the game, that you give an extra spoiler warning. I'm planning on playing all of this, as long as time allows. So I will make sure to note after sequence 3 that there's extra spoilers, because this is bound to have, like, plot reveals and big choices and so on, and I'm probably going to make different choices than many people would, so we'll see how that turns out. Avery MD, Melissa, will be my assistant in the chat, and let me know if anything seems to go weird, if video's off or if audio is off or anything like that. My drink is, I guess, a tepache liqueur cooler with pineapple juice in it and falernum. This is Bitterman's tepache liqueur, not actual tepache. All right, let's get this thing started. There will be a lot of reading. It's a really good opening sequence. Dan Lissac does good work, and the visuals were cool, and I admire... They definitely got a lot out of what I can tell is a svelte budget. Mr. Chat, onboard AI. Dubrovnik event in progress. Stay vigilant. Check your colleagues' suit seals. Activating translation matrix. Populating language database. 100%. 5,239 languages loaded. 37 languages failed to load. Error log sent to central server. Have a great chat. Sam told me the language load area got patched. Sam was misinformed. Or lying. Is Sam trustworthy? Maybe you should file a report if you have your doubts. You're an onboard AI. Should you really be sowing that sort of team discord? I'm just here to help. Have a great chat. Help me out again. What's my assigned task here? Loading. Loading. You've been assigned to set up communication with the recovered. Loading. Apologies. Syntax error. I don't know who it is you're assigned to set up communication with. The notes say non-human. I do not understand. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's the big angry thing stood up there, Mr. Chat. That seems likely. Although, as an onboard support AI, I cannot see the big thing. As a low-level AI, I am also ill-equipped to tell you about its mood. Oh, it's big. Easy to find, then. Hop to it, engineer. Establishing external communication. I suggest adopting a polite tone. Don't let the enormity of first contact overwhelm you. And probably no need to mention the perilous situation humanity is currently in. Mr. Chat, Gabriel. Notes. Hey Mark, Ramesh here. I know your schedule's pretty packed today, but I've got to put you on one last thing. It's an easy job, but still too tough for Sam. Sam sucks, by the way. Don't know if you've noticed. He's off this boat the first opportunity I get. The job's a standard Rosetta setup. Walk in, exchange names, find common ground, you know the drill. Nobody told me who you're hooking up. Looks like it's a senior thing, maybe a visiting dignitary. Might be a terrorist. No reports of terrorists in this area, but you never know. Hook 'em up. First pint's on me when you get back. Now, Mark. Let's see. Hello? It looks like you're trying to translate a new language. Can I help? I may need that, yes. Of course. Okay, first steps. Names. That's logical. Clearly state your name to the other party. I'm Engineer Perez. I'm here to set up communication with you. Engineer Perez? Sure. Engineer Perez. Gabriel. The translator substitutes whatever your name is for something I can understand. I need to keep Perez and the AI's voices separate. Substitutes Engineer Perez for something I can understand? That's not quite right. Great job, Mark. I do my best. Thumbs up. A common ground must be found. Vocabulary identified. Numbers and biology. Like you're teaching a child. I have 2 hands, 4 fingers and a thumb on each. You have 3 fingers? Two fingers. Oh, it's Gabriel. 2 fingers. 1 thumb. That's right. Limited vocabulary, but we're getting there. Limited. Very limited. The translator is starting to predict language. Say something else. You understand? Engineer Perez understands? I do. I can understand you. Your speech should get better as we talk, but it should do so exponentially. Help me. You need my help? My trust, Gabriel's trust in Mark is increasing. I do. I am here against my will. I have been captured and detained. Mark, we should likely steer the conversation back to vocabulary expansion. I'm sure Command are very familiar with Gabriel's situation. I assume my captors will be back shortly. I need your help. I need you to remove this restraint. New focus point of restraint. Excuse me. Most complicated option always. Wait, what restraint? This, on my neck, with the flashing light. It shocks me if I leave this circle. Restraint or quarantine circle? The circle? You mean the helipad markings? The red circle at my feet. If I leave it, I am stunned. I wake up shortly after, having been dragged back here into the middle. One of the options is you look like an orc dude. I don't blame them. Which, was it Jemison who I recently read a blog post on talking about the awful underpinnings of the orc concept? I think, damn, I'm sorry. I think just some empathy. Damn, I'm sorry. It is good that you say so. I need to speak this in a way that isn't going to ruin my voice for 2 hours. I need you to deactivate it. The human who set it up used a wrist device, a remote control of some kind. Please. I just work here. I don't get to make decisions like that. I'd be thrown out of the next port. Aw, lost trust. True, but that's why I ask you. Why I think you might do it. You could tear me apart. Damn, no, I shouldn't have said that. A fair argument. You don't know my intent. I've made a decision. Mark, this is definitely above your pay grade. Don't take this decision lightly. I think I'm gonna say fuck it and like just open with letting this alien free. Thank you, Engineer Perez. I can't believe they locked you up before even talking to you. Well, Or we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. We will. You have shown me kindness by your words and your actions. Thank you. How are you speaking my language? I'm actually speaking Spanish. The translator is working in real time. Why would you have such a tool? Our crew is multinational. This helps us work together. And what is your work precisely? The ship? I'm not authorized to talk. Yes, I'm not authorized to talk about that. No trust change. The situation is far too critical. Your onboard AI, Mr. Chat, it seems ill-advised to keep an intelligent being in such bondage. It appears that we will not be alone for much longer. Senior crew approaching. Why were you restrained? Or you will stay in the circle, right? You will stay in the circle, right? Yes, for now. As long as your colleagues think I am safely restrained, I should be treated adequately. I'll ask why were you restrained, because I've got time, apparently. Do I have new notes? Ah, yes. Cool. Gabriel, his name is Gabriel. Mr. Chat's ridiculous, can we tone down the sass? I love Gabriel, I'm a fan. Good conversation so far. I think I'll stick around to learn more. Is this thing private? I unlock Gabriel's restraint. I'll hang about as long as I can get away with activation code is 123 foolproof. Okay. Why were you restrained? I am sure it felt like a good idea to my captors, given the circumstances. I don't have any more questions. The notes are great. In-character notes and writings are awesome. I have one. Mark, is the translator speed appropriate for you? Would you like it changed at all? I think that's an in-character way of saying, how fast do you want the text to flow? Which I would go faster if I were not reading aloud. Done. You can, of course, change your settings from the main menu at any time. Job complete. Deactivating. See you at the start of the next job. Before they get here, thank you for showing me respect, Engineer Perez. Hopefully your superiors will be equally understanding. I will keep the status of my restraint secret. No one will know that you helped me. I think don't make me regret this. Oh shit. He didn't like that. Section 2. Quarantine. Is it done? Is it done? I'll go with that. I'm sorry? Don't be sorry. Be done. The translation. Is the translation set up and ready to go? Can it talk? You. Ooh. Yes, it's done, all set up and good to go. Complex work, or lie and say, it can, but I must be present to mediate. I'm inclined to lie and say I need to be present. Even though I'll... Are there notes on this? Is it likely that they know? She's a nightmare, eh? Rude, too. We're all working here, you jumped up little stormtrooper. Alright, I'm gonna lie. It can, but I must be present to mediate. Without my real-time input and filtering, you won't understand a thing. Are you lying to me, engineer? You. Of course not. They're algorithms, parallel processes, complex things to observe, fiddly stuff. I won't bore you with the details. Oh. Please, bore me. Uh-oh. It's important to test the preloaded assets, ensure that no corruption has impinged the foundational saved instances. I see. Not to mention the interface, which is likely full of critical problems, broken references, and graphical glitches. Can we even be sure the semantic metaphors of our UI will make sense to this creature? Tang has a patience meter. You've wasted enough of my time, Mr. Perez. You may stay for now. You could still prove useful. The Admiral will be here shortly. If you test my patience further, you will be dismissed. You. Why does it keep saying that? Some kind of error? There is no error beyond the one you already made. I don't know what you mean. I think you do. What did you do, officer? I told you not to test my patience, engineer. Unless you want to be dismissed immediately, I'd suggest heeding that advice. Are we done? Has everyone finished shouting at each other? I am not shouting. I am... Oh, I know what you are. I don't understand why everyone is so okay with this, with an alien. That makes no sense. Why would the first alien to land on Earth choose Dubrovnik, especially right now? I have my theories. It is true. I am an alien, relatively. Relative to what? To you, alien. Which only confirms my theories about the plague. Now is not the time. Who are you? Alien? Damn. I mean, it makes sense, and I of course played it cool, but damn. Aliens are real, and I spoke to one? What did you think that was? A good costume? Look, it's blinking! They are blinking. Maybe you should introduce yourself? Hello, Gabriel. My name is Lisa. I'm a student of microbiology. Hello, student. You seem troubled by my being an alien. Immensely. Lisa has blocked Gabriel. I don't know what that means. Blocked like conversationally blocked? Lisa, I want to hear more about your theories. Of course, I've blocked Gabriel for now. I don't want it getting in my head. Oh, literally blocked. Okay. Like, communication-wise. You blocked a visitor from a new world, sharing with us for the first time. Not permanently, just while I work out whether it's innocent. I should probably check in with security. Tang, how goes? Who of us is innocent? I don't know what that means. Anything. I'm good. Ask any questions you have, then report to your supervisor. Gabriel. Explain the reason for Lisa's distrust to Gabriel. You may, but first, what's Lisa's grand theory about me? Let me go talk to her. Do that. Lisa, can we talk? Shoot. No, shoot. I need to check how much I'm irritating Tang. Why block Gabriel? Honestly, I'm scared. Everyone seems incredibly okay with an actual, honest-to-goodness alien stood in front of them. And I have my theories. Yeah. Yeah, oh yes. I know, but I'm just, you know. Oh, right, we have... Oh, okay. I have topics. I need to be switching topics. Okay, got it. Tell me about the plague. I have not had an opportunity to ask questions of an expert. I'm a microbiologist. I don't share the big picture awareness of Professor Zima, but I'll try to answer any questions you have. But you're right to want all the information you can get. Millions have died. It doesn't get much more apocalyptic. Does it really spread as easily as folks say? The plague is waterborne. It gets into the water table of an area, spreads through the population, and then back into the water supply. Like cholera, it's a disease that benefits from flooding as that removes many sanitary barriers. Just another exciting unforeseen consequence of global warming. Hence the safety gear, even here. That's right. This specific bacterium has developed the capacity to survive in salt water. Samples have been found miles off the shore of overrun cities. It's more resilient than any disease in human history. You think Gabriel is involved somehow? Yes, this plague is profoundly different to anything we've encountered until now. It is incredible. I've been working on the hypothesis that it may be extraterrestrial in origin. I've asked enough questions about this. I won't read the meta lines anymore, I don't think. You really think this plague is alien? Oh, that stressed Tang's patience. Of course, think about it. Why would an alien bring a laser pistol when they could bring a disease, wipe out enough of the population to weaken us, then waltz in demanding surrender? Gabriel is a scouting party. I refuse to believe Gabriel is responsible. That's not a strong argument. Gabriel. Yes? She thinks the plague is of extraterrestrial origin. Patience from Tang has dropped. She believes I brought the plague with me. I am a carrier. She thinks it's intentional. Ah, I am here to wipe out your species? Too much negativity in human fiction. I concur. So it's not intentional. It is not. Is that supposed to convince us? Can I ask you some questions? Of course. What do you know about this plague? I know it has swept through your society, ravaged entire populations, torn apart families, and hurt infrastructure. I've not been here long, but even on the ground in Dubrovnik, it is obvious your people were nowhere near prepared enough for this. It forces me to pick two things I don't really like. Yeah, I mean, biological warfare is somewhat a good approach if all you care about is like land. I mean, I don't know that it makes sense for an alien to come here. Maybe if they've got the cure, maybe ransoming them, you know, forcing us by using the cure as leverage to do something. But like, It's a very messy and unpredictable way to do things. Like, I have trouble thinking of very many reasons for alien invasion at all. Like, a spacefaring civilization is beyond, I think, most benefits of colonization. Like, Earth colonization was mostly for, like, slaves and, like, resources. And eventual getting those due to, you know, land and stuff. So, like, if you're an alien of this level, slaves aren't particularly useful because you can make robots, and resources, again, like, what do you need on Earth that you can't get somewhere that doesn't have people there? I don't know. How could we have possibly been more prepared? By creating something more than antibiotics. You discovered them, and ultimately utterly won the battle with disease. Shortly after, bacteria fought back by evolving resilience. Your antibiotics were bested as quickly as they were invented, but not enough research was done into alternatives. And now a human can die of the slightest bacteria. A super disease was an inevitability. You came a long way to preach at us. I answered a question. You were captured in Dubrovnik? Patience dropped. Yes. Officer Tang's team found me in the center of the city. What were you doing? I was attempting to help people. It was breaking into a store. I was getting water. That's essential in an outbreak like this. I should check in with security. I understand. Don't outstay your welcome, Mr. Perez. Oh, I got nothing. Lisa. You like Dubrovnik? Tank, like, why are you still talking? I have no idea. I've been on the ship since we got here. I might be out of things that I want to ask. He said his people are not behind the plague. Yeah, I think I'm done whatever I can before being dismissed. How's the restraint feeling? Comfortable? Does it matter? It matters to me. Thank you for your help with the adjustments earlier. Talk to Lisa. I don't know what hints do. Okay. Clues. Ask as many questions as possible before Tang's patience is depleted. Try to talk to everyone. Okay. They're keeping Gabriel on a helipad? That's right. Although I guess it's now a quarantine circle indefinitely. It seems really small. It's the best we have for now, and if Gabriel's as dangerous as I think it is, then discomfort is a small price to pay. How dangerous would it be to just remove Gabriel's restraint? Massively, I imagine. Why do you ask, engineer? I'm an engineer. It's my job to think in edge cases. I may not be able to avoid asking these questions. Nice circle you have here. You like the color. Do you? I have no strong opinions. It does go nicely with my suit, though. Your suit looks pretty heavy duty. Yes, it contains various life support systems, protections, and exoskeletal strength enhancements. It is a wearable vault. That did not stop Tang and her colleagues from trying to open it up after knocking me out. Multiple new scuffs around the edges. You're lucky we didn't do worse. Oh, threats. Refreshing. Are your people behind this plague? No, of course not. The student has blocked me for no reason. She is blinded by a theory. Enough. You've tested my patience long enough, Mark. Get below deck with everyone else. It was good talking to you, Mark. Lisa, before I go, you have to unblock Gabriel. I'm not going to do that. It's dangerous. You cannot possibly know that, Lisa. My theory is watertight. This is difficult because none of these arguments are compelling. Because you could design something to be resistant to antibiotics, you could manually do that. How could we not have seen evidence of aliens until today? I think that the middle is arguing that if they engineered the plague, then we would have noticed them before now. The fact that Gabriel only showed up after the plague means that he couldn't be responsible. Gabriel's nothing to imply violent intent, has cooperated fully. I'll go with the evidence one. How could we not have seen evidence of aliens until today? The plague has been around for 18 months. We surely would have met one of Gabriel's kind before now. They could have used some sort of advanced cloaking technology. But you're right, that does introduce doubt. Done. Gabriel, I've unblocked you. Thank you, Lisa. Ooh, the Fleet Admiral. You seem very chummy with Gabriel. Is there anything you need to tell me? Me and a few of the folks in engineering have been chatting about getting a poker game going. Fine. Be obtuse, but know that I'm watching you. Time to go, engineer. The Admiral's here, and I'm sure he'll want to meet Gabriel before I deal with it. Deal with it? You'll see. Before you go, Perez, I need the activation key you assigned to this translation. I'll need to add the Admiral when he gets here. I don't think that she's going to let me stay. Of course, I have that right here. It's probably in my notes. Which... Gabriel says to stay free, a fighting chance. Computing code is 123. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Seriously. Entering. Yep, that's the one. Wow. Fantastic. Get off this deck, engineer. Thank you for your help, Engineer Perez. I will remember what you did here today. Safe travels. 3. Triage. Admiral Sanjeev Khan, commander of IDCF. Oh, I'm playing Gabriel now. My name is Sanjeev Khan, Rear Admiral of the IDCF. It's a pleasure to meet you, Gabriel. I trust you've been taken care of. I have been electrocuted and accused of genocide. This is sequence 3, so after sequence 3 is when spoiler warnings go. We asked questions. I do not recall many questions. I don't recall many answers. Enough. Gabriel, it's an honor. Rear Admiral, you are in charge. Yes, it means I'm in charge of the entire fleet. Of boats, like this one, and the IDCF in general. I am the man who can help you, Gabriel. I am the man that solves problems like this one. I must speak to humanity's representative. That would be difficult. Most of the world's nations have lost their leaders to the plague, some directly, most because they fled. Anarchy reigns, and a unified voice would be incredibly difficult to procure. Admiral Khan is as close to a world leader as you're likely to find. And who are you, with the green sleeves? My name is Professor Al-Azima. I am an epidemiologist. The world's leading epidemiologist. I'm in the top 3. Professor Jawadi passed away. Okay, top 2. What kind of military vessel has students and doctors aboard? Nobody told you. We decided not to tell it anything it did not already know. Secure its knowledge. It? Do you have a pronoun you'd prefer, Gabriel? We should be doing everything we can to make you comfortable. God damn it. Fascinating. I know what I'm going to pick. I do not think binary pronouns work for me. I would like it if you used they. Noted. So, tell me the information your security officer is so certain I should not hear. Admiral, this is inappropriate. Let's talk, Gabriel. Are you comfortable? I am not safe. If you wanted to feel safe, you should have stayed at home. Tang! Wants Tang gone. I'm not in the habit of dismissing senior personnel for no good reason, Gabriel. So I need to fill this meter. Tang is dangerous. She wants me dead. Better you than us. Is this really necessary, Lee? So Lee is first name. Okay. I was wondering that because Tang Lee sounds East Asian, so I wasn't sure what the order was. Lee? I'm not sure how that would be pronounced. I don't know where it's from. You are smart enough to see the problem. That seems too sassy. All these are sassy. I'll go with that one. You are smart enough to see the problem. Oh, shit. That didn't work. The only problem here is the chatty alien. We want to help, Gabriel, but unless you have some specific criticism of Tang, you lost me. Try again. I'll start over. Tang is dangerous. She wants me dead. Better you than us. This is exactly the same. Can I Okay. I am not authorized to talk to anyone at her level. She is barely an officer. There we go. So you were sent here. Maybe Gabriel does indeed have useful information. Tang, go. What? You heard me. I need to make progress here. You are clearly antagonizing Gabriel, and that is far from helpful. It's for the best, Tang. I will be filing a report, Admiral. I look forward to reading it. Gabriel. Excuse me. What do you want with me? A good question. You've heard of the plague? More than you know. Gabriel. We're the cure. You are doctors? That's right. When the outbreak started, the navies and armies of every seafaring nation aligned our resources, formed a new combined fleet, the IDCF. We are an army of healers, plague doctors. And we've been trying to stop this plague ever since. World peace, and all it took was a worldwide pandemic. Will it hold? No, but hopefully it'll last long enough to fix this. We're making progress. For now, we're handling quarantine, triage. We're here attempting to contain the Dubrovnik outbreak. While my team does that, the professor is collecting as much data as possible. She's working on a cure. Of a sort. How is it going, Professor? Not as well as I'd like. You must have questions. That's why I came here, to answer your questions, find out why you're here, and help you go back to where you came from. I think the time for questions has passed. We need to get to work. Work? Hold up there. We're still not sure if we can trust you, or even what you are. Ooh. So those within quarantines shouldn't be listened to? Yeah, I like sassy Gabriel. I didn't say that. I'll certainly listen. I'm just not making any promises about our actions. Noted. Right now, I'm leaning heavily towards locking you up so we can focus on the real problem at hand. A problem I suspect you're responsible for. Really, you are still pushing this extraterrestrial origin hypothesis. You presented no counter-argument. What does my epidemiologist believe? Professor Zima? I believe in Occam's razor. Which is? It's an approach to comparing hypotheticals. It presumes that the simplest explanation tends to be true. It's not a strong logical argument. It was never meant to be. I like a Admiral that's like, no, I know the fucking logic. The plague does not require an explanation that includes aliens. It is pernicious and vile precisely because of our actions. Blaming it on little green men is a reassuring attempt to sidestep the blame. I am not a man. Convince 2 of the humans to hear you out. You most certainly are not. And until I know what you are, you stay where you are. We can move you off-site to a more secure facility once the Dubrovnik event is contained and I have the resources to spare. I have to talk to someone privately. Yeah, knowing about Occam's razor would have been a lie, because who the hell is Occam? Why does he have a knife? I would like a chance to convince Lisa of my good intentions, privately. I can't see the harm. Ms. Sedek, open a private channel with Gabriel here. I don't see what purpose this serves, Gabriel. I do not care if you trust me. I just need you to let me help. That's all you want? To help? Well, that and something to eat, perhaps. The food part I can't help with. I only do human food. Okay. You are sure? Don't push your luck. How can I help you help us? I need the professor's full support. Why on earth would a space-faring alien here to help us need mere human epidemiology? Our methods don't seem to be working. None of my people's technology can replace the home advantage. I guess not. Okay, I'll help you with Zima. She's humble, but she's as close to a savior as humanity has. She designed the procedures at play here. I wholeheartedly believe her methods, her expertise will save us. But how do I convince her to support my work? You have to appeal to her mind. Come to her with rigorous argument. Debate her. Show your acumen. Show her I understand her field? Yes, that should convince her of your usefulness. So you have your plan. Now that we're talking, do you want to ask me about anything else? Excuse me. Why is the ship white? Why is this ship white? That seems like an impractical color for a medical vessel. Excuse me. I don't know, that's just sort of a medical color, isn't it? Humans associate white with cleanliness, safety. I think it's painted this color to make any patients we bring back feel comfortable. And I guess it gives people a reason to swab the decks often. How close are you to the cure? I'm nowhere near. My work is focused on trying to create a vaccine, but vaccines only work with enormous unified effort. It's likely impossible that such an undertaking could work for anyone but a lucky enclave. Vaccines only work if everyone takes them. Preach. You hoped to find the solution in Dubrovnik? It's macabre, but fresh samples are useful. Of course, on this occasion, we found something far more promising. You. You quarantined Dubrovnik, you quarantined me. Or, you quarantined Dubrovnik, you quarantined me. It's important to keep dangers of all kinds contained. I know you feel harshly treated, but do try to imagine the situation from our perspective. Peace. Not so much peace as quiet. Not a lot of wars survive the plague killing their soldiers. There's still fights, religious, territorial, but no international wars anymore. War seems to be a universal constant of intelligent life. No, you know what? Screw that. I don't know if that's true, but I'm not going that way. I think we can get over it. Sounds fragile. Probably. Hopefully when we cure this, things won't go back to how they were. So when did you join the IDCF? I'm gonna take off my brace. It's gonna be... Actually, I can mute this. Technically, I haven't yet. I got on board to study under Professor Zima. She's a fantastic epidemiologist, but a terrible teacher. I hope I can be useful. One moment. Very warm. Um, she has been in the IDCF a while. Since it began, I think. Let us rejoin the group. Okay, I'm pleased we had this chat. How angry Tang was? I did. I suspect she doesn't enjoy her authority being called into question. We're done, Admiral. Excellent. Gabriel, I'm going to head back to my own private vessel. Security Officer Tang will be putting a plan in place to transport you to our secure facility in Egypt, where you can continue this conversation with our investigatory team. I think we may be overlooking an opportunity. Gabriel convinced you? I'm surprised. So was I. Zima, I am... Oh, I'm with you, Gabriel. You are? Of course. You're smarter than us? You want to help? Of course I'm on board. Let's start already. That's adorable. 2 against 1. All right, Gabriel, you got your 15 minutes. What do you have to say? A great deal. So, that is the end of sequence 3. The notes on this game say that sequence 4 I should give you a major spoiler warning about. Um, so stop watching now if you don't want a spoiler, and we'll probably actually take a break in a moment. I'm here to help. Yes, you said that. More detail, please, Gabriel. I am a doctor. My people have access to technologies and methodologies that could help. And I think that we'll take a short break. Um, yeah, like we say, major spoilers ahead. The creators of the game have recommended that it be played yourself and not watched. But if you would prefer to watch this, there are definitely choices, and it seems like things could turn out a bunch of different ways. There are achievements for multiple endings and so on. So you're not necessarily ruining your experience, but it has been stated that heads up on stuff to follow. So I'm going to take a 5 or 10 minute break. I'll probably switch into a t-shirt or just turn the AC up. Um, and I will see you in a moment. And let me see if I can remember my key combinations. Hello, I am back. This is Future Proof Plays Quarantine Circular. I am Gregory Avery Weir. I am half of Future Proof Games, and I am assisted by my wise and capable partner Melissa in chat. This is an aviation. I think it's appropriate to a game about aliens. It tastes like flowers. Quarantine Circular, the creators have said that it is best experienced on your own, and have asked if someone streams or records it, that we give you a warning after sequence 3. This is the start of sequence 4. So, spoilers from here on out. There are choices, so you certainly can have value in getting it and playing it yourself. Excuse me. But heads up, there will be story reveals from here on in. If you're just joining us, Gabriel's got a makeshift restraint on his neck. Gabriel is the alien. But unbeknownst to the rest of the folks, the translator, me, deactivated it earlier. Last time on Quarantine Circular. I am here to help. Yes, you said that. More detail, please, Gabriel. I am a doctor. My people have access to technologies and methodologies that could help. And I am... what's her face? Zima? Tang's captured something. For now, all crew has been commanded to leave the main deck. I won't be able to get out there until the Admiral arrives. He'll take hours, though. Tang just came by the lab and ordered Lisa to go with her. An overstep, but a forgivable one. I didn't have time to tell Lisa her assigned private code before she left. Blank, 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 Zeta, blank. I suspect Tang asked Lisa instead of me because of her extraterrestrial hypothesis. It always seemed far-fetched to me, but this Gabriel they're talking about, if it's an alien, well, an interesting situation either way. I look forward to learning more once the Admiral arrives. The Admiral arrived, picked me up on his way to his deck. We've known each other for years. Good to meet in person. Gabriel seems flustered but mature in terms of responses. It seems we're dealing with an emotionally intelligent being here. A being of alien origin. An impossible situation, but it's my job to stay calm. I've been dealing with impossible situations since being assigned here. This is no different. We'll explain our task here to Gabriel. See whether our plans are compatible. Gabriel has convinced me. Occam's razor. I have to believe we're looking at an opportunity here. I'm fascinated to learn more. A doctor? Why didn't you say? At what point should I have said? At the point of electrocution, perhaps. Maybe I should have interrupted the procession of new humans who've come to prod and poke me. Fair. Yes. I want to trust that you're being straightforward, Gabriel. I know my crew respects you, but I'm struggling. Maybe our trust in them matters less than listening for now. That is all I am asking, Admiral. If you're here to save us, why the stealthy approach? Why not land at a broadcast studio or on top of the Eiffel Tower? In normal times, that would make sense, but as you have said, these are dangerous, distracted times. You went where you knew we'd go. Yes, and I helped as much as I could while I waited for you. And we locked you up. You did. I'm so sorry. Thank you. So who sent you? Some kind of intergalactic council, or is your species more monarchical? My species is part of a vast empire, the Order, the diverse populations of hundreds of worlds brought together. They explore the universe, colonize worlds, a mission of peace and scientific discovery. Incredible! It certainly is. Or terrifying. I would probably say terrifying. Terrifying? How? The Order has complete control. Hundreds of thousands of starships. Complete legal authority. They are the arbiters of justice, of what is right and wrong. They're evil? Worse. They are idealistic. The Order has strict rules when it comes to interaction with primitive species. Charming! They refuse to interact with any species that does not achieve several criteria of advanced technology, philosophy, and governance. I am committing a principal sin by being here, by talking to you. What is the punishment for such a crime? Lifetime imprisonment, if they catch me. I am a member of a separatist group, the Interventionists. And you believe... We believe that intelligent life has value wherever it is found, and must be protected, even from itself. This philosophy is at odds with that of the Order, which is a reason for the discretion of my arrival. I am here because this world is under quarantine, but I want to help it. You are facing an extinction event. I think we should learn more. I'm sure you have questions, so please, ask them. I think the best approach is a skeptical one. I don't need cheerleaders, Admiral. Help me talk to Gabriel. I'll give you space. All right. You said we're under quarantine. Yes. For as long as the Order have known of your existence, you are protected from any alien intervention. What about all those UFO encounters? Many are symptomatic of mental health issues. The rest can be blamed on alcohol and charlatans. Admiral, would you like to ask a question? What's your purpose in being here, Gabriel? As I have said, to help. And you want nothing in return? Beyond your survivor? No. Adaptive music. What's the point of helping us? Do the people you treat ask that question? Of course not. They're just eager to be helped. That makes sense, does it not? Admiral, would you like to ask a question? You know what would happen to us without your help? I can make predictions. Predictions? How do you think this goes? Badly. Extrapolate. The bacterium will continue to outpace you. At the geographical level, it will continue to spread across coasts, across land masses. At the microscopic level, it will continue to evolve faster than your capacity to innovate. Humanity will survive thanks to natural defenses in your strongest quarantines, but the population will be in the low millions at best. Your society will take hundreds of years to recover and get back on course. Damn! Yes. The Order wants to let us die? It is more complicated. They do not wish to interfere in the development of any culture. If they help you, they are consciously deciding to prevent the potential evolution of the species that replaces you. That sounds presumptuous. Massively. But it is not an intent fueled by evil. They are certain that their philosophy is sound. The Prime Directive! Admiral, would you like to ask a question? I've asked enough. It's your rodeo, Allah. Allah? Allah. Okay. The interventionists are the good guys? It is less about good or bad, and more about conflicting ideology. We certainly believe our perspective to be more enlightened. We believe that it is the height of hubris to assume a species is below you and not offer them help. What if they don't want your help? The offer is the part that matters. We don't force our help on anyone. Enough questions. Are you sure? Yes. All right. We have to be cautious. I've let this go as far as it has because of the instincts of my crew, but if we get this wrong... You are not getting this wrong, Admiral. I can be trusted. I hope so. You're the expert, Professor. Can Gabriel help us? Yes, I think they can. Should get some evidence of their actual capabilities first, but it's fine. Good enough for me. In which case, let's try. My time is limited. The Order will no doubt have seen my vessel entering the Earth quarantine. Why the secrecy? Why hide your motive? This is a lot of information to consume. I had to ensure I was sharing it with those in a position of power to act on my advice. Did you get captured on purpose? No. That would be stupid. I aim to inspect the site of the outbreak and then peacefully introduce myself to humanity. Tang felt differently? Yes. She reminds me of the Order. They are efficient and single-minded in their pursuits, too. As the subject of their current pursuit, I expect them to arrive shortly. Morning, probably. Oh, I haven't paid attention to the time of day. It was daytime when the game started, and now it's evening, presumably. I don't think we've had night yet. Can other interventionists help? No. They cannot move as fast as the Order, and even if they could, it would be foolish for them to risk capture by coming here. Gabriel, myself and my team need to discuss what you've told us. It's a lot to process. Get some actual useful information! Oh, okay. You say we have until morning to take the help you're offering? Yes. Allah, talk to Gabriel. Find out the specifics of their solution. Report back to me in an hour. I'll be waiting for your advice. Gabriel? We'll see. Is that safe? You do not know me yet, but I am not a monster, and you are safe. Okay. Thank you. You're with me, Lisa. But... come on. You can teach me astrobiology. We have an hour. Professor Zima, if you will allow me, I would like to work through this with you. Are you comfortable? I am. Thank you. But we must talk about my treatment. I suspect you're the only person here who can really understand how it might work. Professor Zima, how familiar are humans with bacteriophages? I've used them experimentally. They won't work for this. No. They won't work for this. The bacteria reproduces too quickly. It'll evolve resistance fast, just like with antibiotics. True enough. My solution resolves that challenge. Even if it worked, we couldn't distribute it safely and quickly. It wouldn't move through the population fast enough. No. What if it was designed to do so? And it wouldn't need to spread instantly, just faster than the plague. Your team seems to have a lot of ships. I'm sure they can make it work. I really like this UX design. The fact that the portrait keeps moving downward and always sticks at the bottom of the frame around each dialogue segment. It's good. It's very good. Man-made viruses are potentially more dangerous than the bacteria they fight. Like introducing a predator to an ecosystem to wipe out a pest. Potentially disastrous. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yes, but I am not proposing a man makes them. I am proposing I make them. Fair. Okay, I understand. How do we use phages? We create one that attacks the bacteria causing your plague. We distribute it worldwide. We sneak it away in the plague. We sneak it away in the plague like a and an I'm sorry, there's an error. Word unknown? Sorry, there is a creature back home which stores its young in a pouch until maturation. Like a kangaroo? I suppose so, like a kangaroo. There is a children's game. You would call it kangaroo words. You have to think of a word that is hidden in another word and means the same thing. The letters must be sequential. As in, myself? How so? Self. Technically right, but cheating is the letters appear in the word directly, and the etymology is the same, I think. You can do better. As in, heart? Are you sure? Art. Hearts feature prominently in art. No, no, no. It must mean the same thing. Hmm. The letters must be sequential. I am not an elf. As in love? Maybe. V is 5 in human numerals. It contains lo, which is the sort of thing a Shakespearean hero would say to get the attention of his love. I do not think you understand. Myself, elf, self, my, heart. Earth, the heart of human civilization. That is an anagram. It's also not a synonym. Me. I'm a me? Ah, okay. So it needs to be sequential in the sense of the correct sequence but not connected. I know we have more work to do, but I want to hear more human kangaroo words. Something more complex. I don't understand. Why is this happening? Is it Gabriel? I'm looking for something. I don't see it. Something more complex. Municipality. Okay. City. I think that means the same thing. Yes, clever. Very clever. I went off course. Let us return to the matter at hand. That's a weird digression. I'm going to be thinking about that. I can create a phage that will hide inside the plague bacterium just like a kangaroo and eat it from within. We call them Taylor phages. They will adapt to any defense a cell has. Nothing infected will reach reproductive age, so no resistance will evolve. They will also not exceed their bounds. They present no threat to any biology except this plague. How will we monitor the phage? I can leave the technology with you. You would have to hide it, but this is a big ocean. I began maturation of the phage back in Dubrovnik. My onboard computers have been calculating a recipe ever since. The suit I am wearing fabricates biological material to support my survival on this planet. It can create this phage and infect the bacteria which are no doubt clinging hopefully to my alien skin. At that point, I imagine I will go back to the city, shake some hands. It will be done. If your friends would just stop zapping me, it resets my computers. How long? It will take a few hours. Wait with me. Talk to me. Why not? So these achievement images that I'm getting look like dice, so I suspect there will be 6. That also works out with time. Whatever happens tomorrow morning, I am glad we met. This world, your people, there is hope. Do I have a spoiler warning up on the channel itself for someone who comes in late? Melissa, could you put a spoiler warning on the title, please? Thank you. How rare is life up there? Less than you would think. Life is not a rare gem. It is the inevitable outcome of the galaxy. Carbon, water, a temperature that keeps the water mostly in liquid form. This is not rare. I suppose there are even more species out there when one thinks beyond carbon-based life. Thank you. Actually, carbon is pretty central to most life known in the universe. Its complex and strong bonding is central to the development of life. Its nearest neighbor, silicon, is brittle and weak. The humans I have met are obsessed with the rareness of life in the universe, the great distances involved. But do you know what the greatest gulf that separates us is? Time. Life takes billions of years to develop into sentient beings. Those sentient beings only tend to last 100,000 years or so. That's short. That's too short. Time has trapped us. We are present in this life, in this moment. Life is everywhere in every corner of the galaxy, but flourishing cultures, here and gone in a heartbeat. I am sorry. Overly poetic. Okay, so if you're saying flourishing cultures, 100,000 years works. Totally. That's why you try to stop extinction events? Absolutely. If we can get you past these terrible deaths, there's a chance you will join us in the stars. Humanity deserves the chance. But enough of politics. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about. Yes, I'm going to play the language game. Yes, we deserve the chance. What could we possibly have done that makes us not deserve the chance to go to the stars? Gabriel, are you familiar with rhyming? I think you'd like it. It's similar to your kangaroo words. I have not encountered it. How does that work? I say a sentence and you say another that ends the same. And this pleases humans? It seems rather tame. You like this process? I am doing it right? In 20s vernacular, that's pretty tight. Now tell me, do you like my wordplay approach? I could not have asked for a more talented coach. I think I like this. I believe I am having fun. Well, good news, Gabriel. We've only begun. Internal rhymes are tricky. They take time to master. Maybe if you are picky, but I can rhyme faster. I can rhyme from the left. I can rhyme from the right. Your rhymes are so deft, we'll be here all night. That was fun. What was that called? Oh, rap battle, sort of? A fun battle, and an intellectual challenge. I enjoyed myself. Thank you. What's wrong? You have come to treat me well, Professor Zima. I wanted to thank you. We can fix all this together, and I am grateful to you for trusting in me to solve this. I got a little too robotic in his voice, their voice, I think. You're not the first human to show me trust, but I appreciate it all the same. We're in a desperate situation, Gabriel. I understand. I know that your trust is not unconditional, and I know that it is mostly born of the danger all around us. I'm still grateful. I'm glad we got to meet. Are we friends, Professor Zima? Huh. So, on the screen, right, this camera angle, there's Gabriel. That's gotta be Zima. Who is this on the left side of the screen? Yes. Good. I like that very much. I do still have questions about the politics. Of course, please. I want to know if extinction events... Yes? Have occurred on the worlds of the Order. Absolutely. The defining quality of all worlds in the Order is that they have successfully, independently, survived every extinction event. Survivor's bias informs their belief that this is the only path for a successful and productive species. Does the Order... do they... take the interventionists seriously? Very much so. We scare them, because we challenge their philosophy. Enemies with guns and war crimes are easy to bat away or destroy, but people who are capable of actually challenging their constrained view of ethics are dangerous. It would appear I am dangerous. I'm interested in how interventionists... Go on. First formed against the Order. We are an opposing force. Every perspective in the universe, every being, every gravitational pull has always developed in opposition. I think of us as an outcome of their hubris, their certainty about their place in the universe. I'm out of questions. All right. Thank you for asking them. It's comforting that you have such a strong interest in my work. Private chat suspended. Security Officer Tang is now present. Step away from Gabriel, Professor. She is using my name. Progress. This is inappropriate, Tang. Gabriel and I are putting process in place for the cure. Oh, this is inappropriate. You don't lecture me on appropriate matters, Professor. Step back. I'm taking over. Security override 54B. It's time someone capable took control of this little chat. What are you doing? I'm Tang now. Encountered 2 combatants. After repeated warnings, tried to capture 2 combatants. 1 was killed. Anyone surrendered. Tried to escape. Knocked out. Auto shock routine if they're absent. Oh no. There's an auto shock routine on the restraint that will kick in if she's absent for more than 4 hours. This engagement requires a code word and is encrypted by rotating characters by the last digit of the minute of the note the code word is in. Still no sign of a translator, and Gabriel is conscious, sending a suggestion to the supervisor that they should get on top of this immediately. Dismissed. Admiral. Gabriel is dangerous. Establishing auto stun. Code word is that. Okay, so she got back before the thing automatically went. I guess I should decode this this message. Hold on, let me just use a online Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher. Encode and decode online. I can't copy this, and it's not visible when I Alt-Tab. One moment. Taking a picture with my phone. Caesar cipher. Shift by 4. Plain text. No, cipher text is XLIEHQMVEPMWJ. Where's my J? I'm also using a new keyboard layout. J SSPMWL shift. The Admiral is foolish. Is the code word. Switch back to chat so I can see it. All right. What are you doing? I'm here to help. Forgive me if I am unconvinced. Officer Tang, I'm still here and I would ask you to de-escalate the situation. I'd like to work with you, Professor, but I need your help. Yeah, I think they're a fool because they're optimistic. What do you need? I need to talk to the alien about their objectives. Using proper pronouns. Good for you, Tang. Can I call you Lei? I have fully explained myself. They explain their situation so well that we are currently working with them. We're running out of time, Tang. Back off. What do you want, murderer? Murderer? An exaggeration. Really? I believe I am utterly correct in my language. Maybe the translator is broken. Murder means to kill, correct? Officer, what do you want? I need information, Professor. Okay. Tell me why we should even consider working with the interventionists. Is it not obvious? They want to help us save lives. Their motives are clear, and Gabriel here holds the key to our survival. To what end? They want us to join their army. Yes, my species of 10 feet tall armored monsters definitely needs your help. Your guns are so impressively archaic. They want us to survive. If their intent is to upset those in power, that's the easiest way for them to do it. Have we considered reaching out to the Order? Reaching out? You make it sound so casual. You cannot do that. They might let us in. The damage of contamination is done. No. As far as they are concerned, interaction with me has thrown you off your natural development. Humanity will be known as an errant population. You will be alone. For how long? Likely until you show up in a faster-than-light spacecraft. So a while. What makes them think we can't save ourselves from this extinction event? Period. I presume it was probably the dead bodies on the streets of Dubrovnik. I'm sorry, that's somewhat blunt, but it's true. We're losing here, officer. Neither of these options are correct. You're not thinking straight, Ting. Maybe we'd be winning if you weren't wasting your time. Tang, you have my respect, but you are entirely unqualified to judge where I should be spending my time. Forget questions. It's time for you to leave, Professor. No, I'm not going anywhere until Gabriel is finished developing the phage treatment. How far off are we, Gabriel? Quite far. Hours. Then I'm not going anywhere, officer. I need to contain the creature. You need to contain yourself. The Admiral ordered you to leave. We're working. Fine. Be silent while I address Gabriel, then. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Leave Zima able to speak. Say your piece, Tang. You came back. Why? Have you not done enough? You deserve everything that's happened to you today. Deserve? We are just trying to do our jobs. Professor Zima was trying to do her job. Together, we actually stood a chance of fixing this problem. Stop this. I am inclined to agree with my colleague. Why are you here, Lei? What could this possibly achieve? I'm here to anesthetize you, Gabriel. Too low. That's not her voice. What? You're dangerous, and I need time to consider our options. You need time. Your Admiral gave you an order. Your solution to every problem cannot possibly be to hit it over the head. I remember what you did, even if you forgot. I forgot nothing. This machine we are talking through, it doesn't understand names. A human needs to manually input a name for it to be usable. Engineer Perez taught me that. I liked him. He was better to me than he had to be, and I am grateful. I wish those I met later had half his character. Because of that failure of your technology, I am called Gabriel. And my friend, my co-pilot, has no name. The co-pilot you took from me yesterday. The one you killed in cold blood. Your friend lunged at me. Liar. The only move they made was falling to the ground in a hail of your bullets. I should do the same to you. Tear you apart. Calm down before I calm you down. You think you are safe. calm down. Calm down. You killed my friend. How could you do this, Lei? Because we are not human. It is easy to kill something you do not understand. Maybe the Order has you people right. You're just primitives, dangerous animals that shouldn't be allowed to join us. You both have to calm down. Stop this. Step back, Gabriel. It is too late for that. Step back. I'm not sure that objective was complete. Dodge. Oh shit. He hit Zima. I've read up on procedure. I know in situations like this, the crew should nominate you an assistant. I'd like to volunteer. They're waiting outside, Admiral. How's everyone doing? Poorly. Everyone's confused, scared. The weight of this is on my shoulders. It is. We can share some of that burden with you if you'd like. Everyone out there wants to help, and we think we can. We just have to ask. Tang is furious. The professor's in a medically induced coma. If Gabriel had swung differently, she'd be dead. And Gabriel? They went silent after the attack, voluntarily returned to the circle, and deactivated the translator. I can bring in anyone you want. But if I may, I don't think you can make a decision on how to proceed alone. At least according to page 36, paragraph 3. There's too much in the balance. Notes. Oh shit, I get all the notes. So Khan is skeptical. Tang. Gabriel seems confident. It's like there's no restraint. Such hubris, such malice. I need to secure the package. Damn. Not much from Lisa, who has wired headphones that don't actually connect to anything. Is Zima gonna end with ugh? Oh no. Okay, so okay, so Zima secured the phage to ensure it can't be released before Khan authorizes it. In case anything happens, use a puzzle for the keyword if you're reading this. My first is in cake, but not in casserole. So K. My second, third, and fourth are human, but forgiveness is divine. My last is a question. What? First is in cake, but not in casserole. I don't have my good notepad here. So my first is in cake, so it starts with K. My second, third, and fourth are human, but forgiveness is divine. Is it? So second, third, and fourth are human, maybe UMA, but forgiveness is divine? My last is a question. To err is human, but forgiveness is divine. K-E-R-R. My last is a question. The only letter that is a question is Y. So it's Carry. K-E-R-R-Y. Carry. Gabriel is making a real effort to connect with me. We're getting on well. The phage process is automated at this point, so it's a good time to make the time for conversation. Rap battled with an alien. That's new. Oh my god. Okay. This is blank blank alpha blank blank. Signing off. Okay, so blank blank alpha blank blank. So if he's blank blank alpha blank blank. I think she noted that Lisa's assigned private code is blank 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 zeta blank. I think that's excuse me, Officer Tang, private code Kappa, 4 blanks. Con, my private code in this visit is blanks Eta, and the professor is Theta. Which does not correspond to their order in the logs. Okay, so there's a puzzle. Back to the game. Bring in Mark. He was the first to interact with Gabriel. His insights could be useful. Mark. Thank you for seeing me, Admiral. I'll help however I can. There are enough people in this room. You sure? Yes. Okay, good. Take it away, boss. I'll be here if you need me. I've also uploaded everyone's note history to your HUD. Yes, speech time! I know we are from different nations, different disciplines. We've gathered here from all the corners of the world to do a job, to make a difference. A potential ally falls from the stars and tells us there is hope. Do we trust Gabriel? Are their goals in alignment with ours? Are their interventionists on our side? Or merely using us as a pawn in their game? But we can change our situation. That's the great strength of humanity. We learn. The Order misunderstands our potential. I am as biologically capable of thought as a caveman. But I'm better than that because of thousands of years of accumulated thought and study. We have a choice to make, and I need all the help I can get making it. I rely on my people, on you for your counsel. Should we accept Gabriel's help? Mark, we've not spoken since I got here. Tell me what happened between you and Gabriel. I'm so sorry. If I known what would happen, that I was risking lives. Bottom line, I was here at the start, but since then I've not really been that involved. What do you think of the rest of the crew here? I like Lisa. She's sweet, if a bit fast to judgment. Professor Zima, I don't know. I've heard she's smart, though, and I admire anyone who decides to use their gifts to help others. Tang, I'm sorry, is this on the record? And you liked Gabriel? I had 20 minutes with him. That's hardly enough time to write a biography. We got on. I think they liked me. Honestly, we didn't talk about much except their immediate situation. If anything, they went a bit cagey despite liking me. If the rumors are true, I'm glad I was kept in the dark. This is all very much above my pay grade. The rumors are true, and I want your opinion. My opinion about whether we should let Gabriel save humanity? I want to know whether you think we should accept Gabriel's help, and I want to know why. You have to pick the option that helps the most people. There are absolutely risks to Gabriel's approach. We have to try, right? This could save 1 billion lives. And hey, who knows how much the knowledge of worlds out there will inspire humanity? We may join them sooner than you think. I get it. That makes sense. I'd be worried if a maintenance tech could outthink an Admiral. Thanks for listening. You should probably consult someone else, boss. Lisa, I've made my choice. You're sure? This is your chance to work it through with your team. Yes, I'm done here. It's time to act. Alright, which approach do you want to go with? Oh shit. I can only pick things that characters suggest. I wonder if there's a way to... So, a character has to be conscious in order to participate. And presumably, Mark's choice of whether or not to remove the restraint means that that affects whether Tang or what's her face, the doctor, survives. Or not survives, gets knocked out. Allah, thank you. That's the first name, I think. Zika? Not Zika. Something that reminds... Zima, thank you. Something that reminded me of Zika. Thought epidemiologist was appropriate for that name. Okay, greater good. We have to preserve the greater good. Pursue the path that protects the lives of the most people. Your definition of people there, do you mean the most humans? Because there's an argument that the Order is right, and our presence at an interstellar level harms trillions of their members. Huh. Both of these answers are yes. I can't be held responsible for the fate of aliens. We must take Gabriel's help to save as many humans as possible. It's not the perfect solution, but I worry there is no perfect solution to this. It's a good choice. Alright, you've made your decision. The challenge is Gabriel. Gabriel hasn't spoken to anyone since their incident. We'll need to reboot their translation. You'll need the activation key. The activation key will have been set by Perez early on. Should be in his notes. I know this! Okay, what is it? 1, 2, 3. That was easy. The other part is tougher. The professor locked down phage contained before the incident. She'd likely have left a code in her notes in case something happened. As it did, I suggest you go hunting. K E double R Y. That should work. That is a preposterous... Imagining that done in film is preposterous. You're all set. Everything else you need I can get from the crew. Are you heading out there to talk to Gabriel? No, have Mark do it. No. It has to be someone Gabriel knows better than me. That makes sense. Given everything that's happened, a friendly face is probably the right approach. I know you decided not to invite her in, but Tang might be helpful here. She triggered events, for better or worse. Gabriel knows she's capable of hurting them. It's not the peaceful approach I'm sure you'd favor, but it's likely to at least work quickly. Can I say no? Okay, so you're just being asked in for that. Okay. Oh no, apparently Tang's going out there. That's odd. I want Mark to go out there. Okay, Officer Tang, we need you in here. The Admiral wants you to go back on deck and talk to Gabriel. Of course, Admiral. I'll find a solution. Then we're good to go. The Admiral wants us to secure Gabriel's help. You're the one out there. Be prepared to adjust to the situation and work with Gabriel to find a solution. That's a bad idea. Don't send her out there. Good luck. Thank you. We're done here. Don't send Tang out there. Spaceships. The Order. That's them. 2 ships. Standard for a planet this size. They will land in the next 10 minutes. Perhaps an hour to get there. We're out of time. How dare you come back out here, Tang? Yes, I have to go with calm down, Gabriel. Calm down, Gabriel. That worked great earlier. I see no reason to do that. All I see is the damage you've done. Where is Professor Zima? No one has told me what happened to her. She's in a critical but stable condition. Stable? Good. That swing was meant for you. You alone. I should be talking to Professor Zima right now. It was not meant to be this way. You disgust me, Tang. I am sure we can find a path out of this. You are too blind to see. Officer Perez understood. Before he even knew who he was, he saw the need for trust and collaboration. He saw past your tribalism. Maybe you were right. Maybe I should find a path to trusting you. At this point, I'm unsure the situation is salvageable. I should never have let you get under my skin in that way. But enough. I want to talk about Professor Zima. I want to talk about the work we did. The Taylor phage. She seemed proud of it. And rightly so. In one night, we came closer to a cure than humanity has in the years this plague has raged. We became friends. She said so. We talked of the universe. We played word games and rapped. I learned about the best of humanity last night. But now she lies, broken because of my rage, and your manipulation of events. Perhaps you aren't as enlightened as you think. Is that how I sound to you? Pretentious? I came offering help and was betrayed. That's all. I should never have come here. Humanity's not ready to accept our help. Perhaps the Order are correct. So now the great interventionist casts judgment on all of humanity? That's right. What did you even come out here for, Tang? What did your Admiral want from me? He wanted to accept your help. I see. I wish humanity had proven worthy of that help. Maybe if Professor Zima were still here. So you'd just let us die? That's what you wanted, wasn't it, Tang? To follow the rule of law? The Order can maintain control over this jurisdiction. You know, the Admiral said something to me last night that has stayed with me. He said he would listen to those within a quarantine, see what they needed. At the time, I thought that aligned with my heroic attempt to save you. Now I realize that the wisdom of that statement is that listening lets us make informed decisions about intervention. I have listened, and I understand that you do not want my help. I will leave. Let your species die. It is what you want, Tang. The freedom to make your own fate. You will leave your cure with us. Let us decide how to use it. I am done interfering. My cure leaves with me. It only exists thanks to your restraint being deactivated. Would have likely fried if everything had gone to your little plan. You people are not worthy of survival. Boy. I agree. We are unworthy. You have been an appalling ambassador. You stand there with your threats and bluster and still think this is a fight you can win. The same methodology of taunts is the way to do so. I do not think you are half the villain you pretend to be. Now release me, before the Order arrive. How about a trade? Your freedom for the cure. Maybe. Our only problem is that I do not trust you to make good on your part of the deal. I don't trust your Admiral or Lisa. Not after everything that's happened. I've even lost faith in Engineer Perez. No! Not Engineer Perez! He didn't do anything wrong! With Professor Zima unable to join us, I have no shred of interest. You need me to convince you I'll let you go. Perez is the real hero here. Excuse me. I like I am Officer Tang Lei. I've never behaved dishonestly. Self-interest. As much as it pains me, your cure will save our people. It's what many want. You will not betray me because it serves no purpose and applies potential harm. A strong argument. I will provide you with the cure. The phage is self-replicating. I will return to the old city before the Order arrive, spread it among your people before I go. I will also use this translation tool to upload the genome and maintenance information to your system. Engineer Perez and his team should be able to provide support. So the decision is yours. Free me, or stun me and wait for the Order. My fate is in your hands. Reach for wrist computer. It is just us now, Tang. This is your final decision. What kind of human do you want to be? Unlock Gabriel's restraint. Thank you, Tang. The cure, Gabriel. Of course. The achievement is Big Pharma. Of course. I will upload the genome and schematics to your servers now. There. That is everything you need. It is time for me to leave. Good luck. Goodbye, Tang. Safe travels. He's going to walk to the mainland. One must understand that angels and demons do not exist. We all claw in the shadows for survival. Gabriel was no different. In the moment of capture, the creature did what all prisoners eventually do: a deal, the cure for freedom. I let the terrorist run off back to the stars and kept the cure in hand. Myself and the Admiral worked out a system for rollout. It is truly a shame that the professor did not live to see the profound impact of her work. What we do now, for humanity, we do for her memory. It is our mission. Tang Lei, co-founder, Bespoke Biosolutions. For Carrie. So, that is Quarantine Circular. The there are multiple endings, which seems to match what I saw. How does select sequence work? Okay. I wonder. Excuse me. I bet I have to replay a sequence in order to change how it goes, the consequences later on. This is really good. I liked it. I'm interested to see what the other endings are. If there's an ending that's like everyone's okay, that would be cool. But I understand if there's not. I liked their use of cost-cutting measures. Um, there are no voices, which helps, and the face masks are covered, so they don't have to animate expressions or anything like that. They're just all the humans are color reskins of each other, but it didn't feel cheap. Looks like they were at one time they were robots, like in Quarantine or Subsurface Circular. Good music, pretty design. Different positions. Very cool. Oh, I like these alien designs. Several much more alien than the rest. Very crab-like in these designs. Very cool work. So the reason that this is called, any one of those would be really cool. The reason this is called Quarantine Circular is apparently just a joke to mess with Rami Ismail. So the previous game was Subsurface Circular, which is it's a subway system, and the subway system is not actually circular; it's kind of square or rectangular. And apparently, Rami teased Mike Bithell about it, and in revenge, Mike Bithell appears to be naming all of his short sci-fi works something circular. So I look forward to the next circular game. Also, it's good branding. So this is much more design than they needed to do, which is cool. Huge machine. I don't know what it does, but large red complex element is needed here. Alien thingy. Good logo. Good UI. Cool. All right, so thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I appreciate it. I am Gregory Avery Weir. Helping me in chat is Melissa Avery Weir. Together we are Future Proof Games, a tiny video game studio. You can check out our games and other work at futureproofgames.com. We try to stream every week some sort of Future Proof Plays game. Um, and we also each individually stream. Melissa is more productive than I am in streaming, but I do some more haphazardly. Um, we also together do a podcast called, well, we do a podcast for Future Proof called the what do we call it? The Future Proof Podcast? I think it's the Future Proof Podcast. Um, and you can search for Future Proof and you'll find it. And I think our next one is going to be a bit of an inside baseball view some into a quarterly meeting. Talking for 2.5 hours straight is going fine. My words have mostly been all used up, so I'll swiftly be moving into guttural um, noises. Um, What else? Right. So, Future Proof Podcast should be cool. Next month it'll be um, hopefully a recording of our company meeting with any uh, incriminating material left out. And the two of us also do a podcast called Audacious Compassion, which is about how to be compassionate in everyday situations. You can submit prompts or questions to that at averyweir.net, avery-weir.net. And what else? I think that's it. Check out our games. Um, some on Steam. Our most recent is a role-playing game called Rosette Diceless. It's a tabletop and live-action role-playing game that is consent-based and GM-less and diceless. You can check that out at rosetterpg.com/diceless, and it's available for sale on Amazon and DriveThruRPG and itch.io. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Mike Bithell and everyone else, for making Quarantine circular. And I had a lot of fun and am tempted to go back and see what other outcomes I can get. Talk to you later.